What did you make of his video that he put out after your win?
More talk and less action. The complete opposite to what I'm trying to do. I'm less talk, more action. He's more talk. Bro, if he's down, like, honestly, I've set my team, 258 management, up a task to get done before Christmas. They've got until, they haven't got until, but they want to get them in a position where they're doing certain things to be proactive rather than reactive. So they're out working as we speak now. Some people are abroad speaking to certain people, and some people are here drafting certain contracts to get in a position where we can start having talks about how this fight will look logistically. But whatever he wants to do, he's a fighting man, right? He ain't scared to fight. None of us are scared to fight. That's not the problem. But let's not use this as a chance to try and build profile off of each other's back. Let's just fight. Let's just get the fight done. The fight's big enough as it is.
Big man ting, smash the like button and subscribe. So we just heard there from Anthony, the cheek snatcher, the wig splitter, Joshua. And this really for me was a classic comment, because there's way too much of this kind of stuff going on these days. And I'm glad that AJ, in this interview in general to be fair, but I'm glad that he put it out there, because obviously too often Wilder was the most recent one. He got let off the hook, just clout chasing. Had no intention of fighting AJ. In fact, he's even worse. He's the worst one, Wilder is. So now, well, no, I don't know actually. I was about to say Wilder's the worst, but at least he came out and admitted he was a lion. But then again, is that worse or better? Do you know what I'm saying? Half of me respects him, because some people, Fury, will just carry on riding with it and not being honest with the fans. At least Wilder's come out now after he got his manhood took, after he got turned out into Fury's wife. Ever since he became Fury's wife, he's gained a bit of honesty. So it's one of them ones. But anyway, back to Fury. AJ told Fury State, no, we ain't on no clout chasing. If you want the smoke, my team have been ordered. General Joshua has sent the order out. Hearn, get it done. Team, get it done. December 31st deadline, get it in. Not all this Instagram, oh well AJ, oh, he didn't call me out, oh, good morning Britain, oh, Piers Morgan, all that rubbish. You got Fury's dad on doing the rounds, sticking it on David Hay losing his bottle. Don't send your dad out to BT to give it the big one, just get the contract in, and that's, AJ's already told you. We ain't doing all this clout chasing business. If you want it, my team's there to get it done. If you don't, just come out and say you don't. And that's one thing I respect that. Don't lie. Please don't. And I've told you, all the YB dons know this. My theory is I'm at least 51% sure that Fury's going to play the Wilder card. And or some other card. Oh, it needs to be 60-40 in my favour. And the thing is, when I say these things, you can't even shoot me for this. Because what was Fisheyes and Fury saying not so long ago? Oh, AJ's got a loss in his record. He got my belts out the bin. I'm the one who beat Vlad first. I'm the lineal, I'm the ring champion. Oh, it's 60-40 or no deal. That's going to be one of them two, is my theory. Or maybe he signs it. All I'm saying is I'm not so sure. Because for him to come out, and lie about, oh, AJ don't want it, see how AJ didn't call me out, for me, that's what you call setting the scene. When people want to fight you, you can have a bit of bravado. Like, for example, if Fury was saying, oh, I'll knock AJ out in 4 rounds, that's fine. But for him to come out, and lie about, oh, AJ, like, that's scene setting for me. Oh, well, when this fight doesn't get done, you'll hear Fury say, oh, well, I told you, look, he didn't call me out. He never wanted it. He's setting the scene, in my opinion. He's going on Good Morning. Why else was he on Good Morning Britain? He ain't got a fight booked. Why are you going on? So AJ fights at the weekend, and you go on Good Morning Britain, not to say, I've told Fish Eyes to get in contact with Eddie Hearn's team, we're getting it done. No, he went on Good Morning Britain to set the scene in a negative way and say, oh, look, AJ didn't dare call me out. AJ don't want it. Why would you do that for if you wanted to fight? You'd say, I'm going to knock him out, and don't worry, my team are trying to get it done as we speak. I didn't hear anything about that, did you? I haven't heard one bit apart from, all I've heard out of Fury is, oh, look everyone, oh yes, look at AJ. He didn't call me out. He doesn't want it. Oh, good morning, Britain. Oh, put Piers Morgan. All this kind of business. I've never once heard him actually mention anything about the actual details. My team. You know what I'm saying? I haven't heard it. I just haven't. All I've heard him doing is setting the scene so he can weasel out of it and say, oh, look, I told you so. I told you AJ didn't want it. What are you doing on Good Morning Britain for? Can you explain to me what he's doing on Good Morning Britain the day after AJ's fight? Not spreading nothing positive. And I'm not saying I prefer for Fury to stick it on AJ, if the truth be known. I want him saying he's gonna dust AJ and AJ's perfect for me. That isn't my beef. My beef is don't say all them things and then not mention anything about how your team. Because whenever we hear from AJ, AJ says, I'm not gonna call Fury out, but you best believe my team have been given the orders. When are we going to get that same kind of energy? And you can say, oh, well, AJ's lying. I just don't get that vibe from him. I just don't. I'm sorry, I don't. And never mind, I don't get the vibe from him. What do we know? Wilder spent all that time lying about AJ don't want it, and he's now come out, and the truth's come out. So now, that for me, if anyone didn't know before, AJ's proven correct now. AJ and Eddie Hearn are proven to never tell lies. That's the bottom line for me. Deontay Wilder has proven Eddie Hearn and AJ don't tell lies. So now, all you Fury fans out there, don't be coming with the goofy, no. If this doesn't happen, the same way the reason it didn't happen with the Wilder fight is because of Wilder, it will be because of Fury. Why would AJ not want to fight Fury for? If he was prepared to fight Wilder. Wilder's the scarier fight. At the time, at least. I still think it's a scarier fight for AJ, but still. Neither, when I say scary, I mean neither are scary to the YB. But in terms of dangerous, Fury ain't dangerous. In my opinion, AJ could put his hands down like Naz and just wade in against Fury, and Fury wouldn't be able to do squat. If YB's training AJ, we would have no respect for Fury. We'd go in there and just stunt all over him and just touch him like a naughty child. That's what I'm just telling you, yeah? And I told you before the other day, 20 years from now, Fury's going to be on TV talking about me too. By the time AJ's finished with him, if the YB's in the camp, bring me in. Bring me in. All these moistons, they're no good. Bring the YB in. Listen. So anyway, back to the topic of this video. No clout chasing. And it's about time, yeah, you Fury fans, because us, me, the YB's dons, we are AJ fans, but we're true fans of boxing as well. When I see something I don't like, you've seen my videos addressing AJ's Pulev performance. I didn't like it. I'm not a fanboy. Fanboys, yeah, will watch Fury versus Panini, and they'll say, oh, no, this was a great fight, and they'll go back to Panini's record and bring out all these random, oh, no, he was unbeaten, and oh, no, he was unbeaten. You even hear John Fury, the so-called true fighting man, talking about it. No word of a lie. In this video, yeah, he calls out AJ and says AJ's a weightlifter and no good. And then he talks about, my son's fighting Pianini, and he's a good man, a fighting man, a true honest for, oh yes, talking about how any heavyweight's dangerous and just making, how are you going to sit there and rinse AJ and then justify your son fighting a whole gang of bums? Because apart from Wilder, yeah, what's Fury done in the last 4 years? And I guess you can say, well, Wilder's a big deal, is he? Let's get something straight. We've never rated Wilder. That's the reason Fury wanted him, because he's no good. What's Wilder done? We can't, just because Fury beat him, yeah, we can't then make out Wilder was this big, massive, wicked don. He was a bum anyway, was he not? He got outboxed by Spilker. Chisora just iced Spilker in one round. Wilder was going 50-50, life and death in there. And Chisora just marched across the ring, Chuck Norris style, and just got him out of there in one round. So, that's what we're talking here. The man, and that's not just the only time, Wilder's had trouble with everyone. And none of them have been any good. So, that's where we stand at the moment. No clout chasing. And unfortunately, yeah, that's all we've heard. AJ does an interview a day ago and says, oh, we've tried to contact Fury's team, and Fury's team are all over the place, and they're messy, and we've heard nothing positive out of Fury's side. In fact, he's gone radio silent now. All we heard was, oh, AJ don't want it, and then that was it. It's interesting. Where's Fish Eyes gone? I want to see what he's got to say about this. Because he's normally got a lot to say about things. Do you know what I'm saying? Now all of a sudden my man's gone radio silent. Let's start getting some of this. Like, normally Fish Eyes loves to come out and say, talk about Eddie Hearn and Matchroom and pay-per-views. Of all the times, yeah, now's the time to be discussing these behind-the-scenes things publicly. That's the fans want to hear it now. Don't be all silent now. It's no good. Don't be on Instagram after the fight and now we're getting to the interesting part in terms of negotiations and everyone's gone quiet. But anyway, the bottom line is, just like AJ says, and goes out to Fury fans as well, you, man, need to be consistent. Put pressure on your man to get it done. Because if it was my man acting goofy, I'd be doing the same thing. Don't just let things slide. I know what you man are like. You man are like, you'll allow the Wilder fight to happen again, and you'll justify it, or you'll allow for some reason it's not to happen. Like, perfect example. Oh, Fury demands 60-40, and you'll justify that. You won't just say, wait there a minute, AJ's the big money draw, proven, factually, and he's prepared to just do it 50-50. But you, man, are on some mad mathematical thing, and you start talking about, Fury and Klitschko, he was the first one to beat him. Oh, all this kind of irrelevant stuff, and here's Laniel, and he's got the ring. That's what you man will do. I can see it coming already. I've already called you, man. Fury's AJ got them belts out of the bin, and that's what's coming next. I'm telling you now. That's what expect that. If this don't get done, expect all that kind of talk, justifying why Fury's fighting some random Don like Takam or something. Listen, Takam's a name that's going around at the moment. Takam, it's no joke.